Good morning. If you're like me, there's nothing like a fresh cup of coffee in the morning. Today, my early coffee's in a Virginia cup, and that's quite appropriate as we don our pirate gear and raise the Jolly Roger to talk about current threats, vulnerabilities, and attacks that we see in the wild. Uh, we love to stop at places like Wawa to get a good cup of coffee, fill up the tank, and maybe get a tasty snack from inside. Join us this morning as we talk about the recent Wawa breach that was discovered in December of 2019, how it could affect you, and what you can do about it. I'm Jim. Welcome to this morning's edition of Cup of Cyber. Early in the morning, 7 a.m. on a Wednesday. Today we will be celebrating National Weatherman's Day. According to the Air Force, this day commemorates the birth of John Jeffries, one of America's first weathermen. John Jeffries was born February 5th, 1744, and he kept weather records from 1774 to 1816. So happy birthday, John. So we stop in the morning a lot of times to get that tank of gas and a cup of coffee and maybe a snack on the way to work. Sometimes there's nothing worse than getting a tank of gas in the morning, especially when you're running late. But it really can be worse if that tank of gas is going to also cost you your credit card information. So let's take a look at what happened with Wawa and how this might impact you. As you may know, Wawa has locations in 6 states and 1 territory. Over 850 locations, 600 of those have gas stations available to get your petrol in the morning. Most people are tempted to just go ahead and use your credit card, which is easier and obviously more convenient. But unfortunately, in this attack, there were 30 million cards compromised from 40 different states at Wawa. There's also 1 million cards compromised from folks from other countries. So about 31 million cards have been breached. Obviously not as big as the Target breach. That was 40 million, or the Home Depot breach. That was 50 million. But this could be seriously impacting us in the Mid-Atlantic region and anyone traveling through the Mid-Atlantic region when this breach took place. The breach impacted point-of-sale machines by infecting almost every point-of-sale machine at Wawa's 860 locations. It did not, according to Wawa, impact any of their ATMs. Most Wawas have an ATM inside as well. So if you use the point-of-sale machine inside at the cash register or outside at the pump, there's a chance that your credit card information has been compromised by this breach. The time frame we're talking about is about 10 months. It started on March 4th. It was discovered on December 10th, and it was totally taken care of by December 12th. The credit card information is available on a dark website called the Joker Stash. They called the breach Bada Boom. And once this malware was discovered, it really was eradicated fairly quickly by Wawa. It was cleaned up and forensics were started by December 12th, so about 2 days after the breach was discovered. And it was posted about the end of November, the first part of December, on this website, Joker Stash, part of the dark web under the name Big Da Boom. So definitely things you'll want to know about this breach. Credit card information was taken, including card numbers, expiration dates, and customer names, according to Wawa. Wawa said things that were not compromised were debit card PINs, credit card CVV2 numbers, that's that number on the back of the card, other PINs, and driver's license information. So if you were grabbing that beer early in the morning. Maybe maybe they did, or maybe they didn't get your driver's license information. A company called ZDNet did a sample of the dump of credit card information that they got. And in their information, they actually did get the CVV2 numbers, despite what Wawa claims. So that's up in the air whether those CVV2 numbers are there. And as you know, if you use credit cards, it's important to have the credit card number and other information, including that CVV2 number in the back. So what are the folks doing with this information? So on the Joker Stash site, you can go out if you're malicious, if you're a bad guy, and you can buy these credit card information, these records of credit card information. The 30 million cards that were compromised from people from the United States, each of those records is worth about $17 on the dark web. The million cards from international travelers, those are worth about $210, just based on how much harder it is to get those international cards. So know if your information is out there. It's probably, if it's been part of this breach, it's probably for sale on Joker Stash. You get quite a few more American cards than you can international cards. So it's one thing maybe you should be worried about. What can you do about this breach? You can get new cards. If you think you're part of this breach, contact your card holder, or the folks that gave you your card. Get a new credit card. Monitor your credit report, and you can register for free identity protection services. And that's one of the things we'll tell you about. Wawa is going to pay for a year of credit monitoring if you believe you're part of this breach. The website, will throw it down in the link below, ExperianIDWorks.com/credit. You can call this phone number between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. weekdays, or 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. weekends, and use the code that's provided. And again, we'll throw that in the comment below so you can grab it out of there. Go out there, register for your credit monitoring, review your credit scores. This is, if you were to buy this service, about $100, I guess, about $99. So go out there, check and see if you're part of the breach. I know it's one of the things we worry about your credit card information, worry about people getting your identity. This is one thing you should be doing all the time, not just if you're part of this Wawa breach. Monitor your credit score, monitor your personal information, and if you can, one of the things that some of these folks are recommending, sometimes use cash. I know we get in the habit of using credit cards or debit cards. It's really easy. These breaches just keep happening. Hundreds of millions of credit cards are taken, breached every year, and put up for sale on the dark web. Sometimes it's really just a pain to get this taken care of. So if you're impacted by the breach, go out there, sign up for the free credit monitoring. It makes sense. It's going to take you a few minutes of your time, and you keep track, make sure nobody is using your information. Cancel those cards if you think you were in that time period. It's 10 months. It was a huge period of time. It was all over the Wawa locations. There's a good chance, most people I know stop at Wawa. They get coffee, they get their snacks, they get their gas. Very, very convenient to use your credit card, your debit card there. So go out and sign up for the service. Get this stuff taken care of, and make sure you're not part of this breach, right? At least if you are part of the breach, that you're taking care of yourself, you're protecting yourself. So, as always, I'm Jim. I'll be here every morning, every Wednesday. We talk about a threat, a vulnerability, or attack that may be going on now, or maybe even is historical that you should know about. Like the channel, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear what you say. What do you want to know about? Were you impacted by the breach? Let us know in the comments. Hit the bell to be notified when these things are going live, and join us for other channel programming on the Cyber-Recon channel. We'll love to see you tomorrow morning. Enjoy your day and be safe out there.